My name is Augustine Kofie. I'm a Los Angeles-based artist, born and raised in Los Angeles, born in '73. Started writing Kofie in '93 when I was 20. But I was paying attention, sort of playfully observing, partially participating in what we would call the graffiti arts, since did my first actual illegal in '89. With the graffiti thing, it was like at a certain point, like I think I couldn't go any further with it. Or I felt like I can't participate in the way that I should have when I was younger. Like I was going all in when I was younger because I was trying to learn it. And at a point, it's like, I want to do more. I want to look into gallery work. It wasn't that well thought out. I just sort of like, again, just kind of kept at creating it, making this work, exploring these materials and making what I needed to make, even at a point where it wasn't very like trendy or popular. Like I was doing abstract paintings because that made the most sense for me. I gravitated out of doing the letter form and wanted to focus on all the shapes that basically built those letters. The way I thought about 3Ds and highlights and outlines and contrasting colors and push and pull and depth and movement. I wasn't getting it out of doing graffiti. I felt I was getting it more out of making these murals, these abstracted murals that, basically are extensions of these letter forms I was painting for years. It was transition and growth and shit, I believe in evolution. That's it, I just evolved. It is my third solo exhibition with Openspace. It's a cohesive show, I think. I'd known about the show for maybe about a year beforehand and didn't start making everything until about 6 months before the show. And I went through some points where I was doing a few canvas first, kind of getting an idea of the dialogue. I like to have a show title and a direction for each exhibition, especially since I'm bringing the soundtrack onto it as well. I need to have something that ties it together. I like each show to have its own sort of history. If I can see a piece from it, I can remember it comes from that time period and such. So with Build from Memory, it was a way for me to continue to manipulate these found material and then kind of ease back on the circular forms and really focus on the shape and the construction. And also playing a lot on a static, horizontal, vertical, and breaking that up. Where if you see previous work, I've done this already, and each show obviously is a growth of that kind of direction and drive I'm always trying to pursue and execute. It was a little bit of a tricky show, kind of personally too. Because what happened was some of the work started transitioning out of where I was trying to go. And I was trying to control it, but the work started kind of just going somewhere. And I was really vibing off certain directions, and I needed to find a way to kind of harmonize those two. And I also didn't want to make a show where each piece, they're all related. They're not like sister, 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 sister. They're like brother, half cousin. They're related, but they're all unique. They're all just like mixed kids. But again, each show, each collection is always a continuation of my interest in manipulation, of playing with time, playing with the past, doing this futurist kind of constructions to them. I always try to kind of veer away from the architect dialogue because it's more about the draftsman kind of dialogue, the core foundation of like mechanical illustration and such. I think all my work still has that, is focusing on that. But Build from Memory was a little bit of a homage to like kind of all the things I had learned in the past shows I had had here and wanted to kind of step it up a bit with larger pieces. Come on, we're gonna